AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Fair in perspective. You heard about Mo Cheeks? Yeah, man. They're also saying with Mo Cheeks, shout out to Maurice Cheeks. He was mentioned this week also with the Doc Rivers on Bill Simmons podcast. He mentioned Mo Cheeks, how Drew Holiday reminded him of Mo Cheeks with the points that he scored. They were always very intentional. It might have been 8 points in the game, something to that effect, but they were always like the most important points. He always seems so cool, Mo Cheeks. I think he's like a 6th man of the year, part of that, Philadelphia championship. I think he was on all those finals appearances with those 76er teams. Like those 76er teams are kind of overlooked. Is that confirmed, Johnny Bryant to Cleveland? Because they were saying that we kept our guys. It's not Mo Cheeks is not replacing anyone. That's the report that I saw. Nostalgic. So Ian Begley is saying regarding the Knicks adding Maurice Cheeks to the coaching staff, no assistant coach is leaving New York Knicks to make room for Cheeks. Per people familiar with the matter, Cheeks is in addition to the staff currently in place. ESPN first reported the Cheeks hire. I think it was Woj. That was the official confirmation because they were tweeting about it and reporting it, but Woj is the guy that gives you the ultimate stamp. Knicks Muse said while Johnny Bryant is interviewing for the Cavs head coaching job, it was always silly to believe that the Cheeks hire was related to that in any way. I don't think that's silly, brother. Like Johnny Bryant, we hold him near and dear to our hearts over here. So any sort of rumblings of him leaving, we're gonna, talk about that. I mean, IQ, all these players, they love him. He was like the Phil Handy over there with the Lakers. They love him. We love him over here. Like I only know Johnny Bryant because these people love him. And the fact that he's going for a head coaching job is amazing, right? Like come on now, like that's great. I just spoke about how Charles Lee was hired by the Charlotte Hornets. He's currently the assistant coach for the Boston Celtics. And if somebody's ready to be a head coach and they're your assistant coach, you got the right guys on the coaching staff, I believe. And I'm always wondering, what does it take to be a great head coach? How do you hire a guy? I mean, do these guys, because I was saying about Doc Rivers the other day, like anytime I hear him talk, I love when he talks. He's so raw. I could see why if he's talking to a team, talking to players, why they're like, well, I want him around. Like, is it just in-game adjustments for him? Like, how does he lose these games? How does he not get to this ultimate, the ultimate level for a head coach? Because he obviously can open a bunch of head coaching doors. But Johnny Bryant is on his way there, apparently, knocking on a couple doors. That's amazing. So congrats with Charles Lee going to the Hornets. You want to see that. You want to see these guys attempt to get another job, see if they're worthy of it in their minds, depending how far along it goes. That'll be great news for us because that means he's impressing people with what he's learning and what he's doing here with the Knicks. And the players, they all love him. And there's all different kind of styles of being people and leaders, and he seems to be a player's coach. And Tibbs, he was on the podcast today, right? With yesterday with Josh Hart and Brunson. I'm only watching the highlights. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They're not entertaining enough for me. But that's neither here nor there. Fleet was here. He put his head down like, oh my God, why Fabian, just play the clip. Good night, Mo Cheeks was an all-star point guard. Back to Mo Cheeks. I was never impressed with him at all, like as a coach. Just the way that I know he got into problems with people, and he might be like everything I've heard about Mo Cheeks. He was always up front with these guys. Maybe he fits in this era and with this system of a coaching staff that's not scared to be up front. Matt Barnes, Mo Cheeks. Was that when Matt Barnes almost fought him? He said he would slap Mo Cheeks in the face if he ever said something to me. I like that. I kind of like that if Matt Barnes, because Matt Barnes to me, all that tough guy, bro. How tough are you, bro? What are you doing? Are you running a crime organization out here, Matt Barnes? Are you La Cosa Nostra for real? What are you guys going to do? What are we doing? You play basketball. I'm gonna go slap Mo Cheeks. I love when they piss these guys off. Please slap Mo Cheeks. He's calling the cops, and you're going to jail. I'm just going to be like, oh, that was stupid, Matt. He's running up on people on the sidelines at the. Remember, you've seen that at the kids' game. Matt Barnes is running up on the announcer during his kids' game. Then of course, and he speaks really well. Like Matt Barnes, I hate to sound like what's this guy's name, Jason Whitlock, and these people, but at some point you got to be over 40 years old and act like it. Yo, you know what? I was crazy back in the day. I forgot he was even on the Knicks. AP. Michael Morris was good, my brother. I love you guys showing us. Slapping Mo Cheeks is a crazy sentence. I didn't think about that. Thanks for catching that, SF Wisdom. Hilarious. Smacking Mo Cheeks is nuts. For all you young guys, Mo Cheeks was a lot like CP3 with leadership. Cheeks is a quiet guy. He was, I've never heard anything to do with being dirty with Mo Cheeks. He seemed like a crafty defenseman, Sherwin. Watching him on tape. Good handle like CP3, like you're saying. I don't think he had a jumper like CP3. Leadership wise, CP3, I think, is a different animal. He seems like to come off like a misleading jerk. He is definitely part of this SBN crew. CP3 is one of the leaders of the sneaky Brooklyn Ninjas out here. I don't believe half the stuff CP3 got to say. Mo Cheeks does not come off inauthentic to me. CP3 comes off inauthentic. I hate that comparison. Which is probably the reason why Matt Barnes wanted to smack Mo Cheeks. It was Friday night, man. Y'all got me in stitches. Montgomery, Alabama, checking in with AllBall. What's up, my brother? Who hasn't Matt Barnes beef with? Yeah, that's true too, right? Like you have a problem. If you have a problem with Cheeks, you have a problem with Cheeks. You know what I mean? Queens, we had Mr. Cheeks. That's the bottom line, Philip Walker. Who hasn't Matt Barnes beef with? So maybe that was a bad example. Mo Cheeks admitted embarrassment over a recent domestic incident. Okay. He has a unique relationship between Russell Westbrook. Underneath a basket across the court, Russell Westbrook sat on a basketball, leaned up against his Sension. Is that you say that word Sension? Sension. Next to him sat Maurice Cheeks, reclined up against the paddling. Tupac's I Get Around, popping through the speakers. In 2017, wow, you guys appreciate Tupac in 2017. They sat alone together. It wasn't an unusual sight. Westbrook and Cheeks are almost always together in practice. Routinely compete in free throw contests against each other. Cheeks wins a lot of them, by the way. That's awful, Russell Westbrook. But knowing what was likely happening in this Westbrook Cheeks meeting, a couple of staffers couldn't resist wandering over and to join in. Eventually, somehow a bet was made for Cheeks to erase strength trainer Kevin Hyde. They just millionaires having fun, man. We're just gonna bet on a race of us just running across the court together. Give me my effing money. So, but the synergy between Westbrook and Cheeks started basically from day one when Cheeks was brought in as top assistant under Scott Brooks with a pretty straightforward job description. Russ. Westbrook was coming off a rocky rookie season that featured ample criticism, too many turnovers, and an outsider belief that he wasn't actually the team's point guard of the future. Critics said Westbrook, while he could create moments of brilliance, was too wild to run a team. Cheeks went to work quickly, building a unique bond that has remained strong for more than a decade. He became the unofficial Westbrook whisperer. Not for nothing, but that didn't work. I don't know if y'all realize this. I'm not a big Westbrook, like, should have been a point guard guy. That didn't work. Westbrook whisperer. Westbrook didn't calm down. He thought he was the best player on the team. Matt Barnes got beef with Cheeks is wild. Sherwin, good money, Fabe. I know Sherwin. I know. I just mess with him. I like Sherwin. We need a mixture of the Mark Bermans and the we need craziness in the comment. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.